A blind man enters a ladies' bar by mistake. He finds his way to a bar stool and orders a drink. After sitting there for a while, he yells to the bartender, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?" The bar immediately falls absolutely silent. In a very deep, husky voice, the woman next to him says, "Before you tell that joke, sir, you should know 5 things. 1. The bartender is blonde. 2. The bouncer is a blonde girl. 3. I'm a 6-foot-tall, 200-pound blonde woman with a black belt in karate. 4. The woman sitting next to me is blonde and is a professional weightlifter. 5. The lady to your right is a blonde and is a professional wrestler. Now think about it seriously, mister. Do you still want to tell that joke?" The blind man thinks for a second, shakes his head, and says, "Nah, not if I'm gonna have to explain it 5 times. A couple of counterfeiters made a mistake one time and ended up with a batch of $15 bills. One of them says, "We gotta get rid of these things. We'll go to Florida. I know a little town there. They're so dumb they won't know a thing." So off they go. Soon they arrive at a gas station and buy some gas. The guy at the counter looks a little simple-minded. "Hey, can you break a $15 bill for me?" one of them says. "Oh, sure, no problem," the cashier says. The counterfeiters grin at each other. "I told you," the one whispers to the other, and they fist bump. Then the cashier says to them, "So, do you want an 8 and a 7 or 2 3s and a 9? A college math professor and his wife are both 60 years old. One evening, the wife comes home and finds a note from her husband that says, "My dear, now that you are 60 years old, there are some things you no longer do for me. I am at the Holiday Inn with my 20-year-old student. Don't bother waiting up for me." He returns home late that night to find a note from his wife. "You, my dear, are also 60 years old, and there are also things I need that you're not giving me. So I am at the Motel 6 with one of your 20-year-old students. Being a math professor, I'm sure you know that 20 goes into 60 way more than 60 goes into 20. So don't you wait for me?"